if you look at the timeline in preventive medicine, I think what pisses women off the most about that book is it's a predictive framework, right? It's like, okay, when you get to this age, this like you're 27 now, Torshaa, you're almost 28. You're just this side of the epiphany phase. And so what happens is I don't like guys ask me to say, Rollo, why are women so fiendishly manipulatively like gaming this timeline? I'm like, they're not aware. They're completely, most women are completely oblivious to that, but they're still going to follow that pattern whether they're aware of it or not. Tallulah, you're aware of the timeline and you're aware of what is arousing to you and what's attracting to you. And you realize that you are not, what are you, 37? You're not the same person as you were when you're 27. And having a healthy understanding of your own nature, women's nature in general, but your own nature, men's nature, and sort of the confluence between the two of them, it helps you like live a better, healthier life, and you have better relationships as a result of it.
Exactly. So, I mean, when I was on holiday, I just got back from the Caribbean and it was come out of college season, right? This is the first year where I was on the beach and I really saw how different like your body is to 90, 20. But literally, like I could have all the bum implants in the world. I could go and get all my boobs done, everything. I will never, ever, ever have this body of this girl. And I put myself in a male frame of mind. I thought, oh my God, like if I was a guy, I wouldn't be able to stop looking. I couldn't stop looking at these girls. So guys would be as well. And I thought, right, okay, because obviously I'm going to need to up my game on the beach. I don't want my partner to look at it. But well, he probably did. He was, let's be honest. But, I have to make the best of a bad situation. But the reward I get is that I keep on top my healthy lifestyle. I don't eat sugar. I don't drink alcohol. I don't ever want to be in a position where I embarrass him in front of his work colleagues or anything like that. And it keeps me in a better space. It keeps me on my toes, like for myself, for my more than just for him.
I feel like I was necessitous in my early 20s. Like I wanted to settle down and then I was just like, they're all betas. Like I'm over it.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather die alone.
You're the age you are now. Like when I was 27, there was less, I'd say.
They're all
is now.
You guys have to remember, I lost 2 years off of my FE too, like from COVID. So to me, I feel like I'm like 24, like 24.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, they were talking about that. It was like, oh, I'm 23 years old. How am I ever going to find love? Now I'm 25, after COVID.
And like I was traumatized in my early 20s. So I got like stuck in that age too.
Well, I when I was on with you in Connecticut and with the boys, the Savos, and in fact, anytime I'm on Fresh and Fit, when I go on there and it's like hot and I'm wearing a tank top or something like that, God, it was like 86 degrees in the goddamn studio while we're there.
Oh, good.
And they're just, sweating like, pigs in heat right there. And we're doing the show, and the first thing out of anybody's mouth, everybody, by the way, you could go and have a cure for cancer, right? You could go and give the best, most educational, you could solve the world's problems. And the first thing people are going to go, wow, he really looks yoked. He really looks that. Why did he wear that hat? It's all appearances. Like when there's the first thing out of anybody's job is speak, right? And so, of course, whenever I go on those shows, everybody goes, whoa, Rollo looks like he's been working out. Swallow Tomassi, right? His triceps are on point, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, because when you see me in the studio, this is all you see of me, right? You don't go, here's, I'm going to, most muscular pose or whatever when I do this. I'm here to deliver the goods, not to, do a pose down for you. But when I do that, that's the first thing everyone always notices appearances, because that's all, online is like, is she hot? Is he in shape? Blah, blah, blah. Why should I listen to this guy if he's a fat fuck like Ethan Klein, right? That blows me away that Ethan Klein and the rest of these schmucks have 45,000 live views every freaking show, and he looks like a male version of Lena Dunham, right? And I'm just like, how, you give me shit for, or maybe just like surprised shit about like looking good. Why are you not take that shit over to Ethan Klein and start talking shit about him? They
tell me that I look dead. They rip me a new asshole. Everything they say about you.
Well, but anyways, my point is, this is like I'm in my 50s, right? The older you, and I'm quoting Ed Lattimore. This is not my quote, but the older you get, being in shape becomes more of a flex. So Lula at at 37 years old, looking the way you do, you are like an outlier right now. Certainly in that way in the UK, even the UK has an obesity and an overweight problem over there. Certainly over here, if you were in the United States, you would be an outlier here because you would not be in 75% of the American population that is overweight, and 40% of women here are obese.
I keep telling her this.
Stand out no matter what. Right. So, and of course, and the thing is like like Tori looks good. She's 27 years old and she is in that particular demographic. Right. But girls in your demographic are overweight, and at least 40% of them are obese, morbidly obese. Right. Yeah. So that sets you apart. That already puts you in the limelight just because you're an outlier. You like, look at all these fatzos here at the airport and, oh, look, there's a hot chick. There's a girl who's actually she must be a stripper. She must be on OnlyFans. She like, then, the wheels start, churning there. But if you keep yourself in shape and you are that outlier, it becomes more of a flex because so many people don't take care of themselves. They're amateur humans. Amateur humans don't take care of themselves. Amateur humans just kind of, allow life to happen to them. And when you take control of that like reminds people that they aren't going to the gym, that they aren't actually, like, life is happening to them instead of them happening to life.
Tallulah gives me hope that I'll look good in my 30s. Like, literally, that's so. For a while, I thought 30. What? Sorry.
It's entirely possible. My wife is in her 50s. She's thin as a rail. She looks good. She's, she's blonde. She's got long blonde hair. You've seen pictures of her. She's long blonde hair. She looks really good. She's very
like me.
Online. You can, please, guys, go ahead and try to find her on Facebook. Try to find her on Instagram. You won't see her little soul because she has no interest in fucking around on social media.
Yeah. And I think as you get older as well, like the whole social media thing, like for me, like, yes, I've got the account for this YouTube, but there is no point in me having a personal Instagram, because if I did, I'm just going to do my self damage, because I will be manipulated into how far do I need to go to get more attention, to get more followers on this Instagram. There's the point. I'm, competing in that on that social media platform.
The cringiest thing, I know we were going to talk about this stuff. We're going a little bit off topic, but is when women in their late 30s will use the filters. That is cringe to me. Like, it's one thing when you see the young girls do it, because like it's like barely even noticeable. They look good when it kind of flickers. But the idea that, and I used to ghostwrite dating profiles where I'd actually swipe for the guys and stuff, and the amount of women that would use that filter, the one I'm talking about, with like the eyes and it's almost too blurred in the middle of the face. I'm just like, no wonder men feel like they're catfish. I'd rather look better in person. Like, what is cringy?
Well, remember when we were talking to you guys both were talking to Dr. Red Pill, Dr. Oz, weren't you? Cosmetic. Did you guys get onto Zoom dysmorphia?
We were asking about surgeries for ourselves, girls.
Well, I mean,
that's a really good conversation with my.
I would be it would be great to get like us four on a panel show at some point, like all of us talking, because he's a really interesting guy. I don't know what the time difference is.
He's 2 hours ahead of me.
Oh, okay. Well, so he, like when he was on Fresh and Fit, I wish we could have done that full show with him, but when he was on Fresh and Fit with us and we were talking about Zoom dysmorphia and how, like, women who go on to, maybe guys too, go on to Zoom because they have to do these conference calls because of COVID, and they put like the facial smoothing filter on Zoom. Zoom has that already, pre-installed in it. And I thought about, you were actually, Tori, you were the one that actually made me aware of that. I looked it up, I Googled that, and I go, damn, there is.